Hey y'all, let's get ready to drop down a little bit of this last unicorn and the bull and a background with a title. All right, guys, as you know, I like to start with the cocoa. Starting up here to the left. So if you have your sheet of paper, if you fold it in half, right, and then open it up, you'll have that nice divider in the middle. And you can easily put on the left side your unicorn with your background of the castle, and on the right side, the fiery bull. Okay, so I recommend you do that. And you want to start towards the top of the page, just scooch down a little bit. And you want to start with the cocoa of the unicorn. Let's just start with the letter L, resting like that. And now I'm going to zoom in so we can focus on the cocoa. If you come back to the other side of the top of the letter L here, just scooch over to the other side and draw yourself a happy face. And go ahead and close it. And that should give you most of the face there. The eye goes rested in between the two spots, 1 and 2. And you want to start, it's just happy face, sad face. You put a parallel line here. And you could put happy face 1, 2, 3 for those eyelashes. And the letter C backwards 2 times. The nose is just a little sad face. And if you want to add the mouth, just put a little number 1 right there. Now, if I go right above the eye, it's the ear is the same steps as the eye itself. I'll go happy face 1, happy face 2 with 1 parallel line. Now, I draw the hair right away. I'll start right there where the ear is, and I'll drop a happy face. And from the ear again, parallel line. And I'll close this little gap here using the letter M. And I could draw the horn one time right down the middle. And there should be a line right there. And I'll use that line cutting through the horn and add a few more. And I can add my other ear from the other side. Moving down now, the neck. We'll start from the back and just draw a nice little sad face. And on the other side, right here where this happy face meets the bottom of the mouth, right there, you're just going to draw an opposite. So this is sad face, happy face. And they should stop at the same point. And now I'll just swoop a parallel line to this one. And I'll close this gap the same way I did here. The letter M. I just added a couple parallel lines. Parallel line will always give you incredible detail. And you're really not doing much. So let's start with which leg? Let's start with this leg right here. This leg. And from the middle of the body here is just happy face. And then a parallel line in the opposite direction. Notice how they stop at the same point. Here, I put the letter C backwards. That's a knee. You're going to need that later for the bull. Number one, sad face, and the letter L. And there's your leg and your hoof and the knee and all that good stuff. Now, this is also that knee bent. So I'm going to go ahead and put a sad face right here. And I'll go number one, same steps that we did here, sad face, the letter L. And then I'll just swing a happy face there for that part of the leg here. Now, I'm going to go back to the top here and just swoop a little happy face, sad face, and these two should stop at the same point. And now the back legs. So I'll start here where this leg is. Let's try here. I'm going to start right here where this leg is. And I'm going to swoop a happy face. And I'm going to add a parallel line. I'll do it again here. Happy face. Parallel line. Number one. Same steps from here. Sad face, the letter L. Sad face, the letter L. And then I'll just add the tail. The tail looks like a letter S. And then she has these little fur parts, which is just the letter M, like you did at the top of the mane up here. I'll add it at the tail. Little overlapping there. And there you should have your unicorn. I'm going to go straight into the bull. And for the bull, right, I mentioned earlier about this kneecap for the horse that you're going to use it. So I'm going to use it as a light guideline to know where I put the face. So very lightly, you want to draw from the kneecap, a line. And from the bottom of the hoof, a line. And in between these two lines, the face is the letter V. But at the bottom, you want to keep it kind of straight or like a little happy face for the chin. So the letter V, and I'll just, little happy face there. And now from the bottom here to the top, another little guideline. And then from the top of this guideline, like I start with the eyes. And I'll do the letter L, touch that guideline. The letter L, touch that guideline. And now you don't need these guidelines anymore. So you can go ahead and get rid of them. Okay. And it's happy face, happy face, happy face again, happy face again. And I add one more. And here you want to shade this part in. And then the nose itself, the letter V, and connect the two. I'll add just a little bit of that angry with a little triangle like that. You can even put a little number 1 there. It gives it more detail, right? Sad face, triangle, triangle. Put a little number 1 there for that chin. The horns, right above the eye, the letter C, the letter C. And then the horn itself looks like the letter J. Now here, I went through my horse, or my unicorn rather, and then later we'll just erase whatever's inside the unicorn. Parallel line, parallel line. And now, yeah, like I said earlier, you want to go ahead and erase whatever's inside of your unicorn. Because we're overlapping, right? So we erase those little bits. Okay. Next, right down the middle is this letter J again, hooking into the horn. I put a happy face there to show that parallel. And on the left and the right, sad face, sad face. You see that they all measure up right up here. Let's go ahead and continue with the sad face for the back. That stops where the horn is. One sad face across the back there. It's just hunching over back. And I'll put happy face there. It ties up. Happy face there with one more for that to tie up. One more here touching the horn. One more here almost touching the horn. And now the legs are rectangle. Again, we're going to have to erase whatever's inside the unicorn. Rectangle. The letter triangle, the letter triangle. And let's do some erasing, right? I did a little bit here. Oh, sorry. I got a little bit. Oh, let's do it again. There we go. A little bit there. A little bit there. A little bit here. A little bit over here. Again, you don't want anything inside your unicorn. Any overlapping, you just go ahead and erase that stuff. Almost done here. I'm going to put a diagonal number 1. Little happy face. One more. I'm going to do this little happy face here. Rectangle. And there you should have your bull. And I add these like fire effects by just putting these little vertical lines in here. So you have that fire effect. I'll show you what I mean later when you go to color it in. Some vertical lines. And then the fire, if you know how to do a cursive letter S, that's all the fire is a cursive letter S. And remember those parallel lines I talked about earlier will give you some details. Now this fire might roll right into your title, but don't worry about that. It's just really cool overlapping. Speaking of background, let's go ahead and add that background. So I'll go triangle and create this pattern of sad face, triangle, and I parallel line that, and I'll put vertical lines in between the two. And I'll do this one more time. And then my castle, I start with just a series of triangles. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I'll add some vertical lines to these triangles. And let's connect. Here I'll put triangle, and I can connect and make a little roof there. I can make triangle right there. I can put triangle here. I can put triangle there and make it look like little rectangles. Let's put those rectangles in there for those windows. And we'll just create this little pattern of sad face and vertical lines. And speaking of vertical lines, let's go ahead and use those vertical lines. I like to add a few little horizontals here. And then the title, which I'm going to cut off this, I'm going to cut off these underlying layers here and just use this one as a blank so that you guys can see. So I got one more layer to cut that one. Let's cut that one out too. So that I could put in here, I'm going to just tilt my paper a little bit. And there you have your last unicorn drawing. Little title screwed up, placed up here. Put your name down there. Let's look at it fully colored. There you have it fully colored. Should you want to color it like this, you can see where all the vertical lines came into play. You can see how your background is colored in. Everything for an excellent illustration with all the elements of an illustration that you need: foreground, middle ground, title, little background. Hope you liked the video. Hope you did your assignment. Hope you had fun. Hope that you're getting better and better with each of these videos that you've been doing. Until the next one, be good to yourselves and to others.